If you're an immigrant in Canada, this could be the most important video you watch all year, because the new immigration rules might force millions to leave the country, and many don't even know it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we break down the truth about immigration, visas, and life abroad. Today's topic is urgent. We're diving deep into the new immigration rules in Canada for 2025 and why they could negatively impact millions of immigrants, international students, workers, and even permanent residents. This isn't just media hype. These changes are already in motion, and if you don't understand what's coming, your status, your future, and even your right to stay in Canada could be at serious risk. Make sure you watch till the very end. I'm going to explain exactly what you can do to protect yourself, your visa, and your future in Canada. Segment 1. Why are these new immigration rules being introduced in 2025? The Canadian government has recently acknowledged that the country is facing serious housing shortages, economic strain, healthcare overload, and pressure on social services. Canada's rapid population growth, driven mainly by immigration, reached over 40 million in 2023, and projections suggest continued growth unless policies are tightened. The public has raised concerns, and politicians are under pressure to act. In response, the federal government and provinces are tightening immigration laws and limiting pathways that were once considered easy or accessible. This includes reducing immigration quotas, stricter enforcement of visa conditions, cutting down on certain open work permits, reviewing the eligibility of international graduates and temporary residents. Segment 2. Temporary residents are the first in line. According to new reports and announcements by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, over 2.5 million temporary residents were in Canada as of late 2024. That includes international students, temporary foreign workers, visitors, refugee claimants. Now, the government has announced a plan to reduce this number by up to 20% or more, beginning in 2025. This will come in the form of stricter visa renewals, fewer work permit approvals, capping new student intake, especially from countries with higher rejection or fraud cases. For example, provinces like Ontario and British Columbia are receiving fewer study permit allocations, meaning thousands of students may be rejected before they even apply. Segment 3. International students could lose their status. One of the most controversial changes in 2025 is targeting international students. These are people who came to Canada to study, often paying 3 to 4 times more than domestic students. But now, there is a cap on international student admissions, particularly in public colleges and private-public partnership institutions. Students will no longer be able to extend study permits easily if their program ends. Post-graduation work permits, PGWPs, are being restricted to fewer programs and institutions. Students who don't find a job in their field quickly may not qualify for PR anymore. Worse, if their school is delisted or loses eligibility, students could be forced to leave immediately. Segment 4. Closed work permits only. A shift from flexibility to control. In 2025, the Canadian government is moving away from open work permits. These permits allowed spouses or graduates to work anywhere, for any employer, but not anymore. Now, most work permits will be employer-specific, closed permits. You must already have a job offer from a Canadian company who has done a labor market impact assessment, LMIA. If you lose your job, you may immediately lose your status unless you find another LMIA-approved employer. Processing times for LMIAs are getting longer and stricter. This puts immigrants in a vulnerable position, stuck with one employer or risk deportation. Segment 5. Permanent residency pathways are shrinking. Canada's express entry system is undergoing targeted draws only. This means fewer general draws. Preference is given to those with Canadian work experience in very specific occupations, like healthcare, STEM, trades. Express scores are going up, making it harder for lower-skilled or new applicants to qualify. PR programs like the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, now require specific in-demand jobs, not just any job offer. If you're outside these priority fields, your pathway to PR might no longer exist. Segment 6. Refugees and asylum seekers under the microscope. In 2025, Canada has tightened eligibility for asylum. Why? Increase in refugee claims from countries considered safe, abuse of the refugee system via loopholes. Changes include faster deportations for rejected claimants, limited access to healthcare and social services, closed border agreements with the U.S. reinforced. Segment 7. What this means for current residents and future applicants. If you're already in Canada, you must take these steps urgently. 1. Make sure you maintain legal status, don't overstay your permit. 2. Consider changing your immigration stream if your current one is closing. 3. Seek a reputable immigration consultant. Scams are on the rise. 4. Be prepared for possible rejection or forced departure. 5. Apply for PR sooner than later, if eligible. If you're outside Canada, rethink your strategy. Choose study programs with high PGWP eligibility. Target occupations that are in high demand by provinces. Ensure your finances, intent, and documents are airtight. Segment 8. Final thoughts. Is Canada still worth it? Canada is still a top destination, but it's no longer the open door it once was. If you're skilled and meet very specific needs, you're still welcome. If you're not careful or prepared, you might waste thousands and still get rejected. Canada is transitioning from a growth-based immigration system to a sustainability model. Being informed, strategic, and proactive is now essential. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments below. I respond to as many as I can. Share this video with someone who needs to see it, because not everyone knows how serious these changes are. If you're planning to move to Canada or you're already here, make sure you follow this channel for weekly updates on immigration laws, visa tips, and insider info you won't hear anywhere else. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing.